Hey, today I've been studying Plickers, and it's a program that you can use on the computer to help you have live interaction with your students. But in this case, the students won't have their devices. They use pieces of paper. This is Plickers' website, and I'll show you a little down here. They use papers like these to kind of vote on the questions. And the teacher they can set it up online, or you can set it all up on your phone through the Plicker app. But you will need, as a teacher or as a presenter, an app for this program. So let me come in and show you how I did some things. Sorry, there we go. Okay, so along the top here you have a library, reports of what happened, your classes, a live view, and cards. These are kind of some important programs. Let me come here to my library. I've gathered I'm going to show you how to gather some random questions. I already have some questions set up, I'll show you. And you can make new questions here. So I'll do that in a second. Here are the classes I have that I've created as I've messed around with this. And so I'm not going to worry about reports right now, but I need to start a new class. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to add a new class. My new class is going to be New Testament. Select the year, say 11th grade, subject, it's going to be other, they don't have religion on there. And it'll assign it a color just so that it's different from my other class colors. Okay, now they want me to add a roster. I can add a student, Tim Howard, then push enter and add him, or I could just add the whole roster. So I've got here another document with some names, and I just copy paste, which makes it super easy. They have them all there. So I've printed up the cards for number 7 on to 14, I think. So I'm going to reassign these kids numbers. And we do that because then if you already have a number for the student in your class, then that makes it easy. Otherwise, you can just leave them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some students will go ahead, some teachers will go ahead and laminate the cards and then just assign them. It doesn't really matter as long as you have the student matched up with the number. So there we go. We have made a class, and this is my class. And now let's go over here back to, let's go to the library. I need to create a question and show you how that's done. I'm going to create a new question. Today is the 24th of July in Utah, which is Pioneer Day. So I'm going to make a question about Pioneer Day. On the 24th of July, I like to do night games with my neighbors. I like to have a barbecue. I like to set off fireworks. And I like to do all of the above. Let's just say that you don't have to have a correct answer. In fact, the questions I already made today, I don't have a correct answer on. I'm just going to put one here just because we can see maybe what happens to it. So I can save and I'll just go right to a new one, save and create new, or you can just save. I'm just going to save. I want to show you that this question I'm going to put into a library. So I will go over here to move question. I'm going to move it to random question. Move. There we go. Now let me come to my New Testament class, and I need to put some questions in the queue. Actually, here's what I'm going to do right now before I do that, because I want to show you how you can do that in the app. So let me pull my phone over. There's my phone. Now here is the Plickers app right here. I've already got it on there. Okay, now let's see. It looks like I'm going to push refresh just in case it didn't refresh my class. There we go. So now I'm going to click on New Testament, and I can create a new question here. It's really easy to do, so easy to do. You can even add pictures to them, or I can go to the library. So I'm going to go to the library. I'm sorry, I've got to click on my phone. And some of the questions that I already have are here, and I want to make sure I add them in order. Just as a teacher, I don't want to be thinking about it at the moment, so I'm going to add them in the order that I want them in. So I'm going to add, how often do you read scriptures? Add to queue. Go back. I'm going to say, do you prefer the scriptures in paper? Add to queue. And then let's see, how often do you access Gospel Library? Add to queue. C, do you use the markings and tags? These are questions I've already had ready. for the students. And so I can go there. I also want to add just that random question to see what happens when we click all of the above. The other questions did not have a correct answer. So now it's time to administer the test. And let me see how to do that. Okay, we are going to go ahead and start it. Let's see. I don't know how to do it. Give me a minute. I'll figure it out. This is where we were. We are in the New Testament with the questions all ready to go. In order to administer it, I'll just go here to Live View. And then I'm going to do question number 1. So I have here on my floor all of the papers, and I'm going to show you how this is going to work in just a second. So how often do you read the scriptures? Let me get to that on my phone actually. There we go. I'm going to need to scan their answers. So now you can see, I've got my dog here, it's scanning. Can you see how it's scanning them? I don't have everybody yet. Let's see, I've got to get number 1 still. There we go. Now I've got everybody and their answers, and there we go. So it shows the answers here on the screen. Now I'm going to go to the next question. I have to push back. The next question is, how often do you access Gospel Library? I guess I'll just use the same answers. I'm not going to move the papers around right now. We've got to capture them all. There we go. We've captured them all. All right, and access that. Okay, here we go. Next question. Do you prefer using the paper version or the digital version of the scriptures? I'm going to pause it because this one is either an A answer or a B, and the papers have to be facing up in order to up in the right direction. So the student will hold the A up on top for answer A and the B up on top for answer B. So let me pause that and get it ready. Okay, all right, here we go. So I'm going to scan what we've got here. It's getting answers. One more. Who's it? Oh, there we go. Got them all. So that's done. Okay, let's go to the next question. I don't know if I've already done this one. Do you use markings, tags, notes, or linking options? Let me pause it and change the answers. Okay, here we go. I'm going to scan the class's answers. Get the dog there, enjoying life. It's not capturing that top one. It just doesn't want to get that. I guess maybe the shadow. There we go. Got it. Okay, so now we've got everybody's answers. Check that. Back. Got another question. Would you like the opportunity to teach a lesson one day? I'm just going to use the same answers on this one. It's A, B. It is actually a true or false question. I just made it to how I wanted it. Okay, now the next question, we'll go to that. And that's on the 4th of July, I like to. I'm just going to turn my phone and see if anyone gets this right when I scan it. Here we go. Okay, you can see the right answers was D, and some of the students got that. There we go. Now the test is done. I can take my phone and get it out of here for the meantime. Go away. There we go. And I can see the answers on Plickers. I can come here to reports and find the reports from the test. And actually, I don't know how to do this, but you can maybe figure this out, how you can figure out import it or export it into some kind of grading system. Anyhow, that's how you use Plickers, and it makes it really easy so the whole class can see it. I don't like the fact that you can see everybody who answered what. That's not a positive for me, especially on questions like these where you ask if you're reading your scriptures or not. I don't want anyone to feel shamed in my class, or if they get it wrong, I don't want them to feel bad. I hope that there's a way on here, I don't know if there is, so someone please correct me if I'm wrong, of not showing the people who vote and what they vote. That would be a great option in my viewpoint. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it and have fun with Plickers.